Broadcasting live from the Albay PIO News Center, providing you the most exclusive news updates from all over the province. This is News at 12. For the local scene, a regional coordination meeting on disaster readiness was held in Albay to enhance the province's preparedness and interagency response. Spearheaded by the American Red Cross in partnership with the Philippine Red Cross Albay Chapter, Margaret A. Cargill Philanthropies, and local government units. The event focused improving early warning systems, community-based programs, and emergency coordination. Provincial offices including APSIMO and the Albay Provincial Agricultural Office shared updates on Albay disaster preparedness framework. The American Red Cross commended Albay as a model of disaster resilience in the Bicol region. Meanwhile, the Provincial Education Department of Albay reminded students to use their educational assistance responsibly during the payout held on November 7 at the Blurong Albay capital. Provincial Education Department Acting Head Rowena L. Ondis urged beneficiaries to spend the aid on school needs and help ease their parents' expenses. A total of 267 students from various schools in Legazpi City received financial assistance from the provincial government of Albay through the PED. Ondis continues to emphasize the responsible and wise use of funds, supporting the province's goals to help learners while promoting financial discipline among the youth. In the national scene, the Department of Education reported that 312 public schools were damaged, mostly in Bicol, Calabarzon, and Cordillera regions. A total of 1,182 classrooms had minor damage, 366 were heavily damaged, and 261 were completely destroyed. DepEd said 5,572 classrooms in 1,072 schools across 11 regions serve as evacuation centers. Education Secretary Sonny Angara assured students and teachers that learning will continue despite the damage. The department allocated 20.2 million for cleanup and 57.9 million for minor repairs, while using alternative learning methods in affected schools. In another story, the Sandigan Bayan denied Mohit Adargani's request to travel abroad while facing graft charges over alleged overpriced COVID-19 supplies. The court said his planned 18-day trip for medical checkups, visiting family, attending a wedding, and going to a trade fair could just be for a leisure. Authorities noted that risk that he might evade trial, especially since Dargani holds both Filipino and Spanish passports, and his co-accused sister is still at large. Meanwhile, the Department of Budget and Management approved 1.684 billion to boost the quick response of the DA, DSWD, and PCG for faster disaster relief. The DA will get 1 billion to aid farmers and fisherfolk affected by typhoons and other calamities and prepare for future disasters. The DSWD receives 631 million for relief goods, emergency cash aids, and operational costs, while the PCG gets 53 million for search, rescue, and rehabilitation efforts. For the news outside the country, a powerful magnitude 6.7 earthquake struck off the coast of Iwate Prefecture on Sunday evening, about 10 km below the sea surface. A tsunami advisory was issued with waves up to 1 meter expected, while small tremors and 10-centimeter waves were reported in some coastal areas. Authorities reported no major injuries or damage, but power outages and bullet train disruption occurred, and residents were urged to stay alert for aftershocks. In another story, the UK is deploying military personnel and equipment to Belgium following multiple drone sightings near airports and military base. The drone activity caused temporary closure at Brussels International Indige Cargo Airport and raised security concerns near a US nuclear weapon site. Belgian officials suspect possible spying, but no country has been identified as responsible, and the UK will help investigate the incidents. In the latest international update related to our country, COP30 President Andre Correa Lago called on the global community to speed up efforts against climate change, citing recent extreme weather in Philippines, Brazil, and Jamaica. He stressed that while progress has been made since the 2015 Paris Agreement, much more action is needed to reduce human and economic impacts from disasters. Correa Lago emphasized the importance of international cooperation and national measures to strengthen climate policies, cut emissions, and protect vulnerable communities. And that's all for our news at November 12, 2025. We'll be back tomorrow for more news updates. Thanks to our news writers, LJ Lorejo and Naomi Hernandez. On the technical side, we have Richard Bobbies. Our Provincial Information Officer OIC, Marty Gonzalez, under the supervision of our Governor Noel E. Rosal. I am Ianne Buitre. Thank you for subscribing.